Hi there. We are live with AWS On Air again. We are sitting here in the expo hall in Las Vegas at reInvent. So thank you for joining us from home, or if you're here in person. Thank you again for joining us. I'm here to talk with Amit Shah about, he's one of our customers, and he's going to help us understand how his company has been using AWS. So tell me a little bit about who you are and what company you represent.
Sure, so my name is Amit Shah. I run the US for VTEX, which is an e-commerce platform. We work with very large enterprises around the world. We have about 2,500 customers globally. Some of our largest customers include people like Whirlpool, Motorola, Sony, Samsung, AB InBev, and we help them sell to their end customers. Those end customers could be consumers like you and me buying for our own homes, or large businesses selling to each other all around the world.
Got it. Okay, so briefly describe what VTEX DTC Launchpad's value proposition is. First of all, before you tell me what the value proposition is, tell me what DTC Launchpad is.
Absolutely. So DTC Launchpad, we're already using a lot of our favorite terminology in software land, but DTC is direct to consumer. Launchpad means we are helping our customers and the AWS customer to launch quickly brand new business models where they want to sell direct to an end customer and build that one-to-one relationship. So imagine you are a CPG brand like AB InBev. You have lots of favorite beer brands all around the world. Stella Artois might just be one of those, or Anheuser-Busch.
Okay.
And now you want to sell direct to the customer, not go through a retailer like a Walmart or a third party like Drizzly, but you want to build a relationship with the end customer.
Got it.
We make it really easy for that customer, for our customer or yours, the brand to sell direct to the end customer, build that relationship, and start to deliver a more meaningful relationship.
Okay, and so is the relationship the reason why companies want to go direct to consumer, or is it more to it than that?
So there's a lot of reasons why many brands want to go direct to the customer, right? Number one, it's to learn more about the consumer, their buying behavior, what their preferences are. And ultimately those are things that are really hard for brands to do if they're selling through a retailer or selling through a distributor. They never get that data. They never really able to interact with the customer. So I think that's part of it. I think the second part is they want to grow less dependent on third-party channels to build not only a relationship, but a meaningful revenue stream with the end consumer of their products. And the benefit of the AWS and VTEX DTC Launchpad is now any AWS customer anywhere around the world can easily go live on an e-commerce platform, ours, VTEX, in 30 to 60 days, not getting a very long-term contracts, and be competitive with an amazing offering to the end customer.
Okay, and so tell me a little bit about the business strategy behind DTC Launchpad.
So I think both AWS and VTEX realize that there are many more brands today that want to build the end customer relationship. We've clearly seen over the pandemic that it is both challenging to sell through stores and retailers for many health and safety reasons, but also number two, in that business model, you never end up owning the customer relationship. And so I think we both wanted to find new ways to make it easy for our joint brands, customers, enterprises, to be able to sell effectively and in a scalable manner in 30 plus countries around the world.
Got it. So you mentioned a few of the benefits earlier. Tell me about some of the achievements that a company may have when using DTC Launchpad.
Sure. So if you think about the traditional world of software, right? If you're the customer, you might spend 3 or 6 months on an RFI and RFP process. You'll interview lots of vendors. You'll go through hundreds of spreadsheets on Excel, looking at features and functions. Then you'll go through a long procurement and contracting process with the vendor. after which you'll then pick either an agency or a system integrator
Sure.
to build that site, and which means that maybe 12 or 18 months after you as a business decided you actually wanted to start a new business model, a new go-to-market motion, like selling direct to the customer, will you in fact be able to go live?
Okay.
Now, because of AWS and VTEX, the partnership and the trust we have with each other, and the fact that we're one of your largest customers, and the fact that you've seen us grown over literally the last 10 years,
Yep.
any AWS customer anywhere around the world can literally within 30 or 60 days go live on VTEX,
Okay.
right? They skip that whole vendor evaluation process, all of the procurement and contracting. They get to use their already existing AWS credits.
Okay.
They don't have to go through a whole bunch of new contracting, and within the span of 1 or 2 months, they can actually be live and testing new business models,
Okay.
getting feedback and adjusting on the fly as they see results.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So, can you tell me a little bit what sort of customers are using this today?
Absolutely. So we, globally we have about 2,500 customers
Okay.
on VTEX. The VTEX DTC Launchpad
Yep.
is the exact same product that they get to use.
Okay.
The benefit is with AWS, we've built in some of the AWS functionality around fraud and personalization.
Sure.
And also some of the Amazon functionality like MCF, which is multi-channel fulfillment.
Okay.
So all of those things that we think are the key ingredients
Yep.
for our customers and yours to be successful in selling online,
Yep.
we've kind of essentially built all of that into one package
Yeah.
that makes it really easy for them to work with both VTEX and AWS,
Yep.
and to be spend more of their time and energy on building a revenue stream,
Right.
not on contracts and
Not
procurement.
on technology. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Exactly.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about how does someone take advantage of this? How do they sign up for it? How do they implement it? That type of thing.
Yeah, so the really great thing about this partnership is we are both on the AWS Marketplace, so they
Okay.
can, procure on the AWS Marketplace as they already do.
Yep.
Secondly, all of your sales people all around the world are already able to sell VTEX, and they all get compensated on that for selling VTEX,
Okay.
and they get quota relief. So any AWS customer can work with their standard AWS salesperson and say, hey, I'd really like
Yeah.
to launch an online business in 2022. What's the best way to go about it? And that salesperson can get in touch with us, and then hopefully we're off to the races.
Okay. Got it. So, what am I missing here? What else should we tell our our customers about, whether it's potential or people who are already using this?
Sure. So, essentially what we've tried to deliver with the DTC Launchpad
Yeah.
is to give small, medium, or large AWS customers
Yeah.
the best of both worlds, which
Okay.
is access to an enterprise-grade solution in VTEX.
Yep.
And some of the benefits of VTEX are that we allow a customer to do both business to consumer, which we call B2C.
Yep.
We also do B2B, which is business to business. And we also have a third business model, which is called Marketplace. And by the way, the company that grew AWS is a company called Amazon, which did Marketplace pretty well,
Yep.
right? So, any customer of AWS now can experiment with either B2C or B2B or Marketplace.
Okay.
Any of these business models,
Right.
anywhere around the world using the same software platform.
Right.
So
And they can be any size. It doesn't have to be a large enterprise.
it doesn't have to be a large enterprise. It can be a small enterprise.
Okay.
It can be a brand with lots of different multi-brands.
Got it.
It can be a brand selling in many different countries.
Okay.
And the benefit is you only have one account, right? So if you're
Yep.
using, let's say, an SMB commerce platform, and there's a few that are really well known,
Okay.
the problem is you need your own site and your own account for every single brand you launch. And if you have 10 brands and you launch in 30 countries, that's 300 different sites and customer accounts you're managing,
Yeah.
right? Imagine the overhead and the complexity around that. With us, it's only one.
Okay.
And every time you build something with us, like let's say, for example, we have a customer called Whirlpool, pretty well known here in the US,
Yep.
right? So they're customers of ours in different countries around the world. if they build a site in one country, they can reuse all of that content in all of the
Okay.
other countries around the world.
Okay.
So the time to go live is drastically reduced, the cost to go
Exactly.
live is drastically reduced,
Okay.
and they can spend much more of their time and their budget not on development or content, but on the front end,
Sure.
either on digital marketing or the customer experience.
Yeah.
So that's why we think it's the best of both worlds, i.e. enterprise-grade
Yep.
software, but time to go live in 30 to 60 days,
Right.
which is normally what you get with kind of the out-of-the-box SMB
Sure.
platforms.
Yep, got it. Okay, so I think that is all I have for questions for you today. Is there any last messages or things that you want to tell customers out there today?
No, I mean, we love AWS. We've built our entire
Yeah.
business on AWS over the last decade.
Yeah.
We went public this year on the New York Stock
Con-
Exchange.
Congratulations.
And I think 10 years ago, we were a small customer of yours
Yeah.
in AWS that built from day one on AWS. Now we're a public company. We're the first public company from Latin America to go public on the NYSE, and
And
all
you're
of
based out
that's-
of Brazil, right?
originally out of Brazil,
Okay.
but now in 30 countries around the world.
Right, right. Excellent. Well,
So.
thank you so much for joining me today. I really
Thank you.
appreciate you talking about this with us. So, thank you all. I think this is our last segment for today. We will have a little recap in just a moment, and we'll see you soon. Thank you.